Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Boys Are Back in Town podcast. My name is Dustin. I'm here with my co-host.
Hey guys, it's Brett. Since we already went over our waiver wire stuff, we can get right into starts and sits.
Yep, so starts and sits, week 3. I feel like we're kind of starting to feel out who's got their starting jobs, who's really stepping into their roles on their offenses anyways. So my first start is going to be Brian Robinson. So Brian Robinson, they do have Buffalo this week, but I went back and looked at how much Buffalo has let other running backs get, and it's kind of looking good. They had the Jets week 1. Breece Hall ran all over them. And then they had the Dolphins last week. Raheem Mostert ran all over them. So I like Brian Robinson this week.
Oh, I never even thought of that. My first start's going to go ahead and be Raheem Mostert. 18 carries last week, and that's against the Bills defense. So he's the lead back on a very high-powered offense, and he won't be healthy forever, so you better use him while you can.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of like how you piggybacked off that. That's funny. Didn't even talk about that beforehand. My next one, I got Zay Flowers. I think he's stepping into the number 1 receiver role for the Ravens. He's looked probably the best other than Jordan Addison as rookie wide receivers, not counting Puka Nacua. But they're playing against Indy this week. I feel like this is, if anything, it's going to be like a tune-up game to try and get the Ravens offense really firing on all cylinders, seeming how they're probably going to be playing against Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, and I don't know if Odell, I think he's hurt.
Yeah, ankle. It's still day-to-day.
Yeah, and we all know Odell, he's getting kind of old, so definitely could be very good play there. My next start is Kyren Williams for the Rams. As we all know, Akers is gone, went to the Vikings. But something kind of crazy, Kyren Williams had 10 targets last week. He's a running back. He ended up with 6 catches and over 100 yards of rushing and receiving. And there's not any competition there for him, so I think he could have another good week.
I checked it out, and I also like Kyren Williams a lot, but I think the only reason he got so many targets was because the Rams were behind the entire game, and they were trying to pass to keep up with it. That's also why Puka Nacua had like 15 targets. So I don't think that's going to be sustainable, but it is nice that he has a good footing in the passing offense.
Well, I figured that since they're going to be playing Cincinnati may actually be decent on a Monday night game, so
yeah, who knows?
I figure they'll be playing behind again, so
yeah. Who knows? Yeah, for sure. My last one, I have George Kittle. I mean, some people say that as like an obvious duh, but George Kittle has not been amazing for like maybe a year and a half. Like he hasn't had a crazy stat line, but he is playing against the Giants. And if you did watch any of the Giants game last week, in the first half, Zach Ertz looked like he was the best tight end in the league. Zach Ertz was open on every single play, and it may be because of how Wink was running the defense, but I feel like Kittle is just going to find the open spot in the defense. If we run zone like we probably will, I already know how it's going to go. Kittle's probably going to have 80 in the first half.
Yeah, Kittle hasn't scored, I don't think, more than 5 fantasy points in the first 2 weeks of this year. So he could be a good sneaky play, but you never know. Right. My next start is Mike Williams for the Chargers. They're going to have a shootout with the Vikings. He had 13 targets last week, and that was more than Keenan Allen.
Yeah, well, I mean, Mike Williams has kind of settled into that wide receiver 1 role. We seen it last year whenever Keenan went down. So I do like Mike Williams a lot. I still have to start Keenan Allen because it's Keenan Allen, but
you
still got to start them both.
But I think they both will thrive with each other
for sure.
I had one more start. It's going to be kind of crazy, but he is a tight end.
Let's go. Is it Noah Fant?
His name's Taysom Hill.
I don't mind that.
He had 9 rush attempts last week on 72 yards, and Jamal Williams isn't going to play, and Alvin Kamara still isn't coming back till the week after, and I think he could have a pretty big rushing day.
Yeah, I
So
mean, if he's still listed as a tight end, yeah, he's always someone who
he
you could
is
think about
he is
starting.
everywhere, and I do think it's a sneaky good start for this tight end wasteland.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I said there, I kind of think I don't start him, but Noah Fant might go for 20 this week against the Panthers. Will Disley's down. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Don't start him, but just know that I said it. Okay, my first sit, I got AJ Dillon versus the Saints defense, who has been absolutely shutting everyone down. I think they're on it's like some stupid amount of games in a row where they've allowed less than 20 points. So I this Packers offense, they haven't went against a truly like nasty Saints defense yet, or any defense for that matter that's actually truly kind of nasty. So I think AJ Dillon's gonna get shut down this week.
Yeah, I don't like AJ Dillon at all. And Aaron Jones isn't going to play, so everyone thinks you got to play AJ Dillon. Well, he was terrible last
You do
week,
not.
so
You find somebody
yeah.
else. Plug and
My
replace.
first sit is sadly Jerome Ford. Everyone's all hyped up. Brown's going to run through them, but they're facing the Titans defense, who is very tough against the rush. And even though Jerome Ford did look great Monday night, I think he'll struggle this week. And then, I mean, it doesn't help that they signed Hunt, which I don't think will be too terrible for him, but still. They're paying Hunt $4 million this year. They're
Yeah.
going to use him.
Yeah, for sure. And he already knows the offense. And the thing that
Hmm.
confuses me about the Titans defense is people act like the Titans run defense is nothing. Like they go against Derrick Henry every day in practice.
Yeah.
They know a thing or two about running backs, so let's not count out the Titans rush defense. I see a lot of fantasy football gurus always dogging the Tennessee Titans for some reason, but I have another running back. I kind of had to double up here because I haven't really liked any sits on the tight end portion because tight ends are just bad right now. Everyone's bad, so there's like you
Yeah.
could say you can sit everyone, but I have James Conner. They are playing the Cowboys this week, and if you've watched any tape on the Cowboys defense, then you know that there's probably not going to be a whole lot of life in that Cardinals offense for very long. The Cowboys have let up 10 points this year in 2 games. Yeah,
It's not a lot.
not a good look. And yeah, James Conner, great week last week. Go ahead and keep him on the bench this week.
So, yeah, that was my next sit. Yeah, very tough Dallas defense. You want to take a guess at how many yards they allowed between Dalvin Cook and Brees Hall last week rushing?
Well, Brees Hall gave me 0.9 points, so I would probably say 15 to 20.
16 rushing yards.
Oh my God, I'm on the money.
And it doesn't help. James Conner against the Giants last week was not involved in the passing game, not a single target. So, yeah, that scares me in a game that they're going to be way behind in the whole game.
Yeah, they're going to be dogging that one. I actually do like to start Hollywood Brown. I'm not going to, but I do like that he's probably going to get a lot of targets. But I'm not. Yeah, no way to start him. There's no
Still scary.
reason to.
Still scary.
Yeah. Cowboys defense, great start. But my last sit, I have Adam Thielen. Last week we were kind of both talking about how good of a week he had. There's no way he's gonna keep replicating that, especially in that offense. I don't like the Panthers offense at all, but he did look like he was Bryce Young's favorite target against the Saints. But like I said, there's no way to know if he can even replicate that again or if he's even going to play. I know he went down with some kind of injury, but I think he's fine.
Yeah.
Bryce Young, not Thielen.
No. Yeah, Thielen, kind of probably an odd week. I mean, he is an older guy who probably will get a lot of receptions, but still. My next sit is going to be Terry McLaurin. I wasn't high on McLaurin coming in, but he only has 7 catches on 10 targets this year, and I don't think that's anything of his fault. But they are playing against the Bills, and you can run all over the Bills, but you cannot throw on them.
Nope.
I think Howell could struggle very badly.
Yeah, I mean, it could go either way, but yeah, Garrett Wilson got shut down. Tyreek Hill not Tyreek. No, yeah, Garrett Wilson got shut down. Who'd they play week 2? The Raiders. Devontae Adams had a touchdown, I'm pretty sure, but nobody else really went crazy. They only scored 13 points. I don't remember what that score was. It was bad right out the gate. Wasn't it 37 to 13? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. Do you
That
have any
was
more
mine.
sits?
Yeah, I got one more sit. I know, like we said about tight ends, it's hard to pick one to sit or start, but Pat Freiermuth, like you got to give up on him. He only has 2 catches this year, and the Steelers are struggling to get anything going on offense. And I just wouldn't fall into the trap of a good matchup against, I believe, the Raiders.
Yeah,
I
they're
just
playing the
wouldn't
Raiders this
fall
week.
into that trap. Just start Taysom Hill.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the with the with the Steelers offense. I mean, you could say that Pickens had a good game, but he had one good catch. He didn't really have a
Yeah,
great game. He had one good catch that made it look like he had a good game. So yeah, I really don't like anybody on that offense. I don't even like Jalen Warren. I think Najee Harris is a bum. But yeah,
honestly, I think Najee will have his best game of the year so far, and he's because he scored 5.3 fantasy points in each of the first 2 weeks. So
yeah. Well, I mean, there's no way he could barely do worse. I don't know how bad he could
yeah,
do.
yeah. So I think he will be better. So just keep that in mind. I'm not starting him this week in our league, mainly because Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua. Yeah, I don't even gotta
Always
say his
start Puka
name as a
Nacua.
start. Don't even
If
until Cooper
if
Cup is back.
if
He's a
Puka
start.
Nuc, yeah, if Puka Nacua's on your team, you start him.
Puka Nacua takeover. Okay, he's the Hawaiian Cooper Cup.
He's the guy.
He's that man. We can jump straight into game picks if you're ready.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do it.
So
Well,
tomorrow night we have an absolute shit show that I am just not excited for at all. We have the New
prime
York
time.
Giants and the San Francisco Niners. I'm not excited
time.
at all. Prime
Prime time.
time. I'm gonna go ahead and try to redeem my very bad weeks. You do want to hit us with the
Oh yeah.
records overall?
Yeah. After week 1, I was 9-7. You were 6-10.
You,
After week 2, puts us at a combined. Well, week 2, I went 11-5. You went 9-7. Puts me at 20-12, and you at 15-17. So maybe this week we can get you back to 500.
yeah, we got a little bit. We have some cakewalk games that can get me up. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the 49ers. I know
Yeah.
that one's not going to be one that, but I am going to go ahead and go with the 10.5 point spread for the Giants. I hope that we've had enough of getting blown out in primetime games, and that Dayball won't let that happen again. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the 10.5 points for the Giants.
Yeah, 10.5 points seems like a lot. Like, that's a lot of points. I don't see this game being a blowout. I could see maybe the Giants getting behind early and then coming back and maybe getting it close. Or hell, maybe rushing down the field with 2 seconds left to kick a field goal to run out
To
time to
cover
cover
the
the spread.
spread.
I mean, he wasn't even thinking about that at that time. He was just trying to give his team a chance to win
Well, the thing
somehow.
is, I don't understand is on this spread, I don't feel like the Giants are a worse team than the Rams. So being the Rams only getting 7.5 points and then the Giants getting 10.5 is kind of crazy disrespectful, but it is
The
what it is.
disrespect.
It is pretty disrespectful. So I think we got another cakewalk game over here in the NFC. We got the Atlanta Falcons and the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, Atlanta Falcons, Detroit Lions. I am taking the Lions because I do believe that they are a good team, and I do believe the Falcons' offense only has Bijan Robinson, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, they got Drake London. He got a little bit of action, but I'm also going with the Lions. The Lions are a clear and far better team. I'm also going with a 3 point spread for the Lions. The Falcons are 2-0, but come on. Let's keep it real, man. They
That's
played
gonna end.
they had a
That's
great
gonna
comeback
end.
last week. I'll give them that, but they're not with the other 2-0 teams. Neither are the damn Buccaneers or the Saints, but we can get into that later. That's just nobody's seeing
Or the
that
command.
coming.
How about the Commanders? 2-0.
Dude, Commanders, I'm with them. All right, that's we got the Buffalo Bills and the Washington Commanders next. I'm gonna assume you're going with the Bills here.
Yeah, definitely going with the Bills.
Yeah, me too.
I I think Josh Allen's gonna have him a nice comeback game. It's gonna be pretty bad for the poor old 49 or Commanders.
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be that bad, just considering how Washington really just fired up their offense. So I am going to go ahead and take the 6.5 point spread for the Commanders, but the Bills will win this game. I just think it's probably going to be by a field goal.
I could see that though, maybe. Like that's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and
What
stick
game
that
we
one
got
in.
next? So
I got
Bills,
Broncos, Dolphins.
Broncos, Dolphins. Yeah, I'm going with the Dolphins. I don't see.
Yeah, this one's going to be pretty bad. The Broncos couldn't shut down the Commanders. We can look at that however you want, but it's Sam Howell, and it's his first year in the offense. And if you're letting him put up 35 points on you, yeah, not a great look. I think the Dolphins are going to run away with this one.
Yeah,
It's going to get bad quickly.
Definitely take the -6.5 spread as well.
Yeah, they're probably going to win this one by double digits.
Yeah, I figure it'd be a 10-point game or so.
Yeah, for sure. 9 at the least.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Texans, Jags. I'm going with the Jags. I mean, that's pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm going with the Jags, and go ahead and give me the points as well. I like the Jags at -9.5. The Texans are putting up crazy offensive numbers, but they're not finding the end zone. They're not putting up points. So, I mean, it is what it is, but I don't think they're going to be within 10 points of this Jaguars team, who would have absolutely stomped out the Chiefs if they could keep their feet in bounds.
Yeah,
So I don't understand. Zay Jones had 3 touchdown catches that were all ruled out of bounds because he couldn't keep his feet in. Same with Calvin Ridley. He had like 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish they could have beat the Chiefs.
Me too. I had money on them. I wanted the Jags. Next game up, we talked about it a little bit. We got Ravens versus the Colts. I'm going to go with the Ravens here.
I got to go with the Ravens too.
And I'm going to go ahead and go with the 7.5 point spread on the Ravens. I think this one's going to be a 10-point game as well.
Yeah, I don't see the Colts moving the ball very well with Gardner Minshew. Yeah, I just don't see that happening.
Well, it kind of takes away from their whole entire run offense too. If Anthony Richardson's not playing, he's the reason why they have a good run offense. He can just tuck it and go. So definitely a threat. This one's going to be a great game. Both 0-2.
Great game. I don't know. I picked both of these guys to do really well this year, and they're both 0-2. The Chargers and the Vikings, a 1-point spread. It's about as even as it can get.
Yep.
I don't know who's going to win. I still don't know what I'm going to go with, but I think I'm going to go with the Chargers because they're not going 0-3.
I think I'm going to be impartial and just go with the Vikings here. But there is one certain on this game. It's going to be the over 54 points.
The over 54.
There will not be a goddamn bit of defense played. Yeah, this game is going to go run them up. I might even go an alternate spread and say over 60 just for gets and shiggles. Oh, man. Yeah, that I will just, since we've agreed on everything else, I'm going to go ahead and go against you here and say Vikings.
Sweet. Yeah, that game is a 100% toss-up. This one will be a tough, low-scoring game. Patriots at Jets. With Zach Wilson, I just think Bill Belichick's gonna kill him.
Yeah,
so
he's definitely
going to. Patriots.
It's going to be a tough one, but I think that the Jets will keep it on the ground. Raheem Mostert absolutely dogged this Patriots rush defense, so I think Breece Hall will do the same. All they got to do, give him the ball. Don't let him have 4 touches. Give Breece Hall the ball. I'm going with the Jets, and then give me the money line. I like plus 114 on the money line there. That's pretty solid money line.
And then next game, Saints at Packers.
Yeah, this is one that I like the under on. Under 42 points. I like that a lot.
Yeah, nice low-scoring game.
But I will go ahead and say that the Saints are going to come out on top and be 3-0.
I also think so.
Oh, okay. I was like, that was real quiet. I didn't know if you were just in awe or if you agreed. But I like the Saints here.
Yeah, no, I'm a big Saints guy. I think they're going to win the division pretty easily this year and do have money on that as well. I think the Saints will win. I think it'll be a tough, low-scoring game, though.
Yeah. This thing's going to be under 42. I'm going to say probably like 17-10, maybe
Yep.
17-14. Next game, last noon game, we got
Titans
the Titans
Browns.
and the
Yep.
Browns. We kind of talked about this one a little bit. I think it's going to be a heavy defense game. Oh
Yeah.
man,
I'm still going with the Browns. I think it's going to be a big comeback game for Deshaun Watson, Elijah Moore, Amari Cooper, David Njoku. All of them guys are going to have pretty good week. Um, like I said, Jerome Ford probably won't, but you never know, he might.
I'm going to go ahead and stick with my gut and say the Titans. I don't like Deshaun Watson at all right now. I don't feel like he can formulate an offensive drive where he can go down the field and actually put up points. He doesn't have it in him. And if he does, he I don't know what, like if you watched any of the game, he would pull it out, be wide open to run for a first down, and then he would try to throw it. He's a shell of his former self. I'm
Yeah,
gonna stick with the
took too
Titans.
much time off. Yeah, I could see
He
that.
just doesn't have a feel for the game, and it's showing.
But
First 325 game, 305 game.
yeah, 305.
We got the
We got.
Panthers and the Seahawks.
Oh yeah, this one's Seahawks for me.
Yeah, this
I
one's
do
gonna be
not
the
like the
Seahawks
Panthers.
by a lot. I like the 6 point spread. Um, yeah, I like the 6 point spread a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the Seahawks and the -6. I bet they win this by a tutty.
And then the next game is the biggest spread, Chiefs at Bears.
Yeah. After watching all the film on Justin Fields and how he misses just wide open receivers and how he runs into the back of his linemen, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Chiefs, and I'm going to take the 12.5 points.
Yeah, I can see Justin Fields being a backup next year if he keeps playing the way he is, so he better figure some shit out. And then another large spread.
Wait, you didn't say who you took.
Oh,
I'm
Chiefs
assuming you
for
agreed.
sure. Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought so.
if the Chiefs don't cover this 12.5 point spread, I would be surprised.
Me too.
Then Cowboys, Cardinals, another easy one
I
for
don't know how
me.
this spread isn't the largest, if we're being
Yeah,
completely honest.
yeah,
But
I
I,
felt
I
like the
like the
other spread should
Cowboys
have
with
been
the
better.
12-point spread easily.
Oh yeah, I think this one could get away from the Cardinals pretty quick. Maybe a couple pick sixes, maybe a blocked punt. You never know.
You can say that, yeah, but they put up what they put up 28 on the Giants. The second half of that football game, they lost. Like, man, what was the final score of that game? 31-28.
Talking about the Cardinals,
Yeah,
Giants.
I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah, no.
31-28. Yeah, so the Giants outscored the Cardinals 31-7 in the second half of one football game. So, and the Cowboys are clearly far and away the better team, better than the Giants. So, if the Giants can dismantle that Cardinals defense like that, I see no reason why the Cowboys don't cover 12 points here.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Sunday night
Cowboys,
football.
Cowboys.
We got a defensive showdown
Ugh.
between the Steelers and the Raiders.
So I went back and forth on this one. I like the Steelers here, but man, their offense looks so bad. But I think their defense is gonna do good enough to carry them. Josh Jacobs had negative rushing yards last week.
Yeah, but he had like 8 receptions.
Yeah, but it don't matter. If you can't get a running game going, you're not gonna win football games, especially against the Steelers.
That's true.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Steelers. I hadn't fully decided till just now, but I'm doing it.
Yeah, no, I'm still going to lock in with the Raiders here. I don't like the Steelers' offense at all. The Steelers' defense has been carrying, but unless the Steelers' defense can create turnovers in the red zone, then there's no way Kenny Pickett finds the end zone. Sorry.
Yeah. Turning into Monday night,
I hate
Eagles
this,
and
by the way.
Bucks.
I hate the doubleheader on Monday. I hate it. I'm not a
I
fan.
know. Can't watch both games at the same
It's
time. Like
very
it's just
annoying.
yeah.
I hate it. But I'm going to go ahead and go Eagles here and covering the 4.5 point spread. I'm big on the Bake Show, but there's just not a whole lot they're going to be able to do.
I think this is the first defense Baker's actually seen, so
Yeah.
we'll see. I might be on board the Baker Show by the end of Monday night, but we'll see.
If they can win that game, I'm on board with the Bake Show.
Yes, or even if he plays well, I'm on board.
Yeah,
But
if they cover the 4.5, yeah.
Rams Bengals. This one shouldn't be a game, but it's going to be, sadly.
I don't see the Bengals getting it together yet, but for my fantasy team's hope and sake and Jamar Chase, I have to believe. I'm going with the Bengals. I'm going with the -3 spread. I hope they can get something going offensively. Otherwise, I'm just absolutely going to lose full on Jamar Chase.
Yeah, no, I'm going Bengals. Gotta go Bengals.
Yeah, there's no reason to not go Bengals.
I just don't see the Rams beating them.
So I had a cool little idea to throw in at the end here if you guys want to tail a quick little 2-touchdown score parlay. Brett shoots out the first touchdown score on his head. I shoot out mine, and then we see if our parlay hits by the end of the week. What do you say? You ready? I had to hit you with a surprise. I didn't want you to be thinking about it at all.
I got a crazy one.
I'm with you.
And it's somebody that you put in your starts.
Brian
I
Robinson?
think George Kittle is finally going to score a TD against the Giants.
Man.
Plus 180. I may even say go the plus 950 as the first
touchdown scorer.
Plus 950.
Man. Plus 950. What is it? And it's plus 180 as the
anytime.
Let me see. I'm not seeing the touchdown scores on the guy that I want here. I'm only seeing game props. This is going to make me upset. Maybe I go in the same game parlay here. Maybe it'll be in there. It's not. This is weird.
Go down below NFL, or like where we were looking at game picks, and it'll say TD score. And then it'll give you, like, I can bet Lawrence Cager to score a touchdown plus 3,000.
Okay, here they all are. This is weird. They changed it up on me. I don't like that they're changing it up on me. So I'm gonna try and find the odds, but I'll go ahead and hit it with you right now. I like Noah Fant to score a touchdown. I think I said it before, but I actually think that's one I would be willing to put money on. Let me know if you can find this. I can't find it.
Seahawks, correct?
Yes.
Let's see here.
For some reason, it's not pulling it up for me. Anytime touchdown score for George Kittle being 180, that's pretty solid.
Well, he hasn't scored one yet, so.
Passing props, defensive props, team props. Yeah, for some reason it's just not pulling up. TD props.
I got TD score pulled up, but Seattle's not here.
Yeah, maybe they're just dealing with some stuff. I gotta say that is probably going to be like plus 350, maybe plus 400. It's going to be up in there and into that range. Like, he is not a touchdown threat, in my opinion. But I feel like he's going to get a look in the red zone. And Noah Fant and George Kittle are about to be some tight end heroes. You got anything else? We can hit him with some closing statements.
Yeah, no, just make sure if you listen, go check out the TikTok, go check out the Twitter.
Yep.
I think they're both all at The Boys Do Sports. And yeah.
Yeah, and we're posting on TikTok. We're also going to start posting over here. So if you like the sort of meme content that is getting posted over there on TikTok, definitely make sure to check it out on here as well. And yeah, that's all I got for you.
All
Peace
right.
out.
See you.
The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. We got to get a better fucking song.